Hello, welcome back. A box set. And what a box set. Wilco. Yankee Hotel Foxtrot. Comes in this huge outer case. And what in release, what in box set. I really can't wait to share this with you, my impression. And thanks to Jason McGuire, he's one of our community members. I can even compare it to the original. You know, this Wilco release, this Yankee Hotel Foxtrot, I've talked about my problems getting the original. You know, this is, maybe of you have seen my Discogs video, and this is the record I wanted to have, and this slightly strange seller didn't sell it to me because he was so afraid that I might resell it, so that order didn't get through. I talked about it in the Discogs video, and Jason McGuire was so unbelievable kind and sent me, for the comparison purpose and putting it in the video, his original Sundazed copy of this icon of a record. But we will go into the comparison a little later. First, we talk about this record, and we go through the content of this box set. Yeah, the record. I think the original release was September the 11th of 2001. It's the fourth album of Wilco, but this is the album where Wilco for the first time in a way embraced the avant-garde aspect, musical avant-garde aspect of their city, of their home city, Chicago. And this has a lot to do with one key figure. One key figure on this album is, in my opinion, or not only my opinion, Jim O'Rourke. Jim O'Rourke at this time has already been a household name when it comes to more avant-garde-ish music. He, for example, also collaborated with a German krautrock band, Faust, or Soviet France. So he really is an important figure in that kind of thing. And he not only was a producer, he also was a mixing engineer, and he plays on some of those tracks. So he is maybe some kind, maybe that's too much to say, but he's a little bit the mastermind behind this unbelievable, interesting, important record. I think it's also in the 500 best albums list of Rolling Stones. But doing this was quite a thing for the band. For example, the drummer, he couldn't stand it, and so he left the band. Jim O'Rourke brought in the new drummer, which was a vast improvement, and is still the drummer of the band. So you can see it wasn't an easy process to going this new route, and even, and that's quite interesting and funny how things can go in the music business. Even their label said, no, not for us. And so they have to bought back the tapes from the label, and then they found the Sundazed label that finally puts this album out for them. And sometimes life is cool. This is by far their best-selling album. This is by far their most acclaimed record. Yeah, that's how life goes. That's how life goes. And now, after 20 years, we finally have this box set. Because to get an original is everything but cheap. They really go for around $200 nowadays. And so great that we have this box set. Let's see if and hope that we have a good version, that they did a great job, but that we talk about in the comparison. Now let's just go through the content of this box set. Here we have the original double album in a slightly changed variant of the original jacket. Gatefold comes like the original with this notes and this paper sheet. The records are in poly-lined inner sleeves, so good here. They really recreated the original labels. I would say 140 gram dead flat silent vinyl. And of course we get a booklet. And what a booklet! Hardcover book again we get. Let's go briefly through this beauty. I mean that's the way to do it. See, a lot of photos, essays. I mean, that's what booklets, excuse me, what this kind of box sets, of course you can say that's overkill. But now you have the album, almost a multimedia show with this booklet. If you really like an album, if you really like the music, I think that really is a way, or maybe the way to go. Beautiful. And now the extra stuff. Okay. First album, American Aquarium Building, Yankee Foxtrot. Those are outtakes, a development of songs. Unbelievable. This is unbelievable what they put out on this box set. They go so deep into every song of this iconic album with these releases. It's pure joy. It's, of course, I haven't gone through all the extra stuff so far, but a documentary. It's a huge documentary, and this release doesn't leave any wish open. Here, another development, outtakes and stuff like that, and of course, very important. Wait a second. Great sounding, by the way. A triple live album. Here we go. Here we go. Fantastic, fantastic. Snoozing at the Pageant, live on the 23rd of July at the Pageant St. Louis. LP1, LP2, LP3. Bombastic, really bombastic what they have done with this box set. And you know, in my opinion, for my taste, these kind of box sets I really do like even more than box sets where they just put in 5 records of the time, or a time period, like they do with the last Eric Clapton or the last Joni Mitchell. It's also interesting, don't get me wrong, to get those albums, yeah, if you don't have them, but getting this deep, getting all these informations and stuff like that really drags you into an album. And this is also quite worth it, in my opinion. Of course, a lot of you might say cash grab. In this, when it comes to this Wilco box set, I don't agree. They really give you value. The jackets are very fine. The booklet, the box, the whole attitude they got into this release is top notch, top notch. Okay, but now for the not so unimportant part. How does the remaster, the reissue sound? Yeah, first I put on the reissue remaster. Listen to it, because I did it first, because then I have the impression only very, very few of us are probably able to get the original, or are willing to get the original. So this overall sound of it is important, and so that my impression is not tainted in a way, I listened first to the reissue, and it sounds really, really, really great. You know, this is an album with a lot of subtle effects, floating melodies from left to right, from center. Really interesting. Fantastic mixing job by Jim O'Rourke, by the way. And this is a killer sounding album. This is a 9 out of 10 in my opinion. Killer sounding album. Gorgeous. So, without a comparison, I say they have done a wonderful job with this reissue, with this remaster. Top. Okay, then I put on the original, the Sundazed original. And in this case, I have to say there is at least no winner. I didn't hear a big difference. There are differences, but not differences where I say this is better. The overall atmosphere, and this is the very important thing, the overall atmosphere of the album is there in there is no difference, and that's the most important thing. You totally get the idea of the artists, of the people who are involved, when you compare it to the original. The remaster has a more coherent sound stage. It's a bit smaller, a little bit narrower, but you don't hear your speakers, which always is a good thing. With the original, you sometimes hear your speaker because they really put it out there, left and right. You don't have that with the remaster. Of course, this is a question of taste. If you like this one with the more narrow soundstage better, or the wider ones where you can also listen and hear your speaker. But otherwise, dynamic, clear, detailed, no difference, in my opinion. No difference. And this is, of course, a great thing. This has not happened so often. And don't get me wrong, both editions are fantastic sounding editions. So, in other words, the only thing that the remaster lacks is the iconic, the artifact factor. Let's call it that way. It's not the original, it's just a repress, just a remaster. That's the only thing. And of course, if you are only interested in the album itself, I think it's available as a single release. And so they really, overall, also that they did it that way, that you can get the single album. Great. That's how you can do it. That's how you should do it. Let the people decide how deep they want to dig in, how big of a fan they are. And yeah, I'm totally happy with this release. I'm totally happy with the way they have done it. Highly, highly, highly recommended album. The music is fantastic. It's a fantastic, iconic album. So, those are my 2 cents when it comes to the Wilco. So happy that it's here, and once more, thank you, man, for providing us with the original. Highly, highly appreciate it. Thank you. Bye.